Thinking about making a move to the Midwest, but can't decide between Columbus, Ohio or Indianapolis, Indiana. The difference may come down to whether or not you like college football. We're going to take a look at these two powerhouse Midwest cities. We're going to compare lifestyle, cost of living, entertainment, and activities so that you can make an informed decision when you're trying to decide between Columbus or Indianapolis. Let's get into it. I'm Brian Quinlan. I'm a realtor here in the Indianapolis area. Love where I live, but I'm trying to make it possible for people to compare cities, especially these two, which are of similar size. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and share this with somebody that you think is interested to know the difference between Columbus and Indiana. So Columbus and Indiana are both the capital city of their respective states. So there's a lot of activity in both places, and we're talking about cities that, for their states, are the hub of what's going on in and around that location. When it comes to size, they're nearly identical. As of the 2020 census, which was the last time that our country did a full census, Columbus came out slightly ahead of Indianapolis with about 890 to nearly 900,000 people. Indianapolis came in the 880,000 range, so obviously very similar. And depending on where you look for your statistics, rankings has the states anywhere from 14 to about 18th in terms of population within the nation of the top 50 states. Branch it out a little bit farther, Columbus and Indianapolis, when you're talking about the metro area surrounding the city itself, both of them have approximately 2.1 million people. So it's really hard to compare when you're talking about size. Now, when you're talking about living in a location, cost of living is certainly an important factor. When it comes down to it, statistically, Indianapolis cost of living is about 7% lower than Columbus, making it a more affordable place to be. And since I'm a realtor, it's important to say that the median home price for homes in Columbus is statistically higher than what Indianapolis is. As of last month, Indianapolis was really close to about $300,000 for the median home price on a single family home. Columbus came out at about $315,000. So obviously the homes in Columbus tend to be a little bit more expensive, thus contributing to the cost of living being a little bit worse in that city than what you're going to get in Indianapolis. Because of their location, weather is really not a factor when you're talking about comparing the two cities. They both get extremely similar when we get down to average rainfall, average snowfall, temperatures on a yearly basis. Certainly, because we're talking about Midwest cities, you're going to get all four seasons in both locations. Now, the job market in locations certainly does make a difference for a lot of people. The median income in Columbus, Ohio is actually higher than Indianapolis, coming out at about $58,000 a year for Columbus and only at about $54,000 a year for median income in Indianapolis. But with a lower cost of living in Indianapolis, it almost kind of balances out or washes out. The unemployment rate in both cities, again, nearly identical. 5.6% in one city, 5.7% in the other. One of the things that sets Columbus, Ohio apart from Indianapolis is college football. Well, let's just say college. Ohio State University is located in Columbus, Ohio. It is a huge deal. In my opinion, almost a cult-like feel around Ohio State football, but that's just me. In Indianapolis, there isn't a large school presence, though there are big colleges in Indianapolis. Butler University, certainly well known for basketball around the country, a well-respected university right within the city. There's also IU Indianapolis, or IU Indy. It's gone through several name changes. Used to be Indiana University paired with Purdue University. It's no longer. Now it's just Indiana University in Indianapolis. That is our other large Division I or major college that is within the city. In Columbus, it's all about the Buckeyes. Which leads me to my next point. Between the two cities, sports, again, nearly identical, or at least very similar. In Columbus, as I've already said, you have the Ohio State Buckeyes. They'll fit 100,000 plus people into the Horseshoe for Saturday football games in Columbus. People there love their Ohio State Buckeyes. Besides Ohio State, there are a few major sports programs in the Columbus area. There's the Columbus Blue Jackets of the NHL, that's their professional hockey team. The Columbus Crew is their professional Major League Soccer team. As far as major or professional sports, those are the big two in Columbus. They do have some minor league teams with the Columbus Clippers, which is a well-known minor league baseball team. They are the AAA affiliate of the Cleveland Guardians. They also have a professional volleyball team, the Columbus Fury, relatively new in existence since 2023. But as far as major sports goes, that's pretty much what you have in Columbus. Here in Indianapolis, well, we certainly have auto racing. The largest single-day sporting event anywhere in the nation is the Indianapolis 500. Happens every May. People around Indianapolis and Indiana in general love their auto racing. Here in Indianapolis, we also have 3 professional sports franchises with the Indianapolis Colts, the Indiana Pacers, and the Indiana Fever. We have a few minor league teams with the Indianapolis Indians, which is the AAA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates, one of the nicest baseball stadiums every year voted to be one of the nicest baseball stadiums in the whole country. The Indians have a nice following and draw a good crowd on a regular basis. We also have the Indy Fuel, which is a minor league hockey team, plays on the north side of Indianapolis in a brand new stadium. Don't forget the Indy 11, our professional, though not Major League Soccer, but professional soccer team. And there is a push in the Indianapolis area to bring a Major League Soccer team to Indianapolis in the near future. For those of you that like college sports, don't get hung up on the fact that Ohio State, located in Columbus, is such a big deal, because even though not located in Indianapolis, a short distance away to the north you have Purdue University, home of the Boilermakers. A short drive to the south you have Indiana University, home of the Hoosiers. Of course, here in Indiana, we are known for being the heart of basketball country, and there is great tradition around Indiana University basketball, and recently great tradition now happening at Purdue University. So we certainly do have our college sports draw. And if recent history is any indication, maybe Indiana University football is on the rise, and Purdue, well, they're always kind of up and down, but every now and then they do have a great season as well. And not too far more north than that, of course, we have Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. Huge national following, of course, though that's a couple-hour drive from Indianapolis. Whether or not sports is your thing, there are many other things to do in each of the cities when it comes down to entertainment and activities. In Columbus, you have the Franklin Park Conservatory and Botanical Gardens. The COSI, not sure I'm actually saying that right, but it is the Center of Science and Industry. That's an interactive science center where I'm sure a lot of people go for field trips or to take their kids to learn about science interactively. A big draw for Columbus is the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Now, my wife took our kids there when they were younger, and she raved about the Columbus Zoo, so I know that that one is really good. If history and art is more of your thing, you may consider German Village or the Short North Arts District, also located in Columbus. Here in Indianapolis, we have the highly acclaimed Children's Museum of Indianapolis. It has won awards for being the best children's museum in the nation year after year, and it is a big draw for people locally and nationally to come take a visit. Earlier I mentioned the Indy 500. Well, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum is a great place to go, especially if you're into learning about the history of the motor speedway and motorsports. If outdoor activities is more your thing, the White River State Park is right downtown. A great place to go take a walk, go for a jog, bike ride, walk down the canal. There are several museums right along the canal area of the White River State Park. And then there is the Everwise Amphitheater, which is an outdoor concert venue where we do get large national acts that come and perform there throughout the summer. And if culture, art, or going to hang out with your friends is something that you're into, Mass Ave is the place to be in downtown Indianapolis. It is a whole long street full of bars, trendy restaurants, places where you can just hang out in the summertime. There's lots of people outside walking their dogs, just going up and down the street, having drinks, listening to live music. It is a great place to be, and it's not just for the summer because there are lots of indoor things to do in the wintertime as well. Both Columbus and Indianapolis bring a lot to the table, from cost of living to thriving job markets to entertainment and activities. Either city would make a great spot for you. Ultimately, it's going to come down to whether you want to live in Ohio or whether you want to live in Indiana, because to be honest, the cities are so similar, it's almost hard to pick. Perhaps it would come down to proximity to family and friends or job location. Either way, you really can't go wrong with Columbus, Ohio or Indianapolis, Indiana. Now, I live in the Indianapolis area, so if that's where you want to be or would like some questions answered or want more information, drop me a comment and I will get back to you because I love talking about Indianapolis. It is a great place to live and a great place to raise a family. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, and once again, share this with somebody that you think may have an interest in coming to Indianapolis or just wants to learn more about living in the Midwest. Thanks for watching.